to Barbosa, touchdown! 1.6, and they score anyway. Mo Speights, have yourself a night.
Not a bad throw there. He was a high school quarterback growing up at Gibbs High School in Florida. And Klay Thompson tweeted, "I'm hearing the Broncos are in need of a quarterback." Peyton Manning retired and Brock Osweiler went to the Houston Texans. He's calling him Mr. Buckets. I thought it was Mo Buckets. Mr. Buckets, he's still a free agent. Not in basketball, he's not. So he's saying Mo Speights. Now, Mo and the Warriors were out during training camp to Levi Stadium before a Niner game. Draymond actually played spring ball at Michigan State. They claim that Mo could fire a football 70 yards
in
the air. Let's check it out here.
Hey, at least he's got a nice throwing motion.
Forget about the Broncos. I think the 49ers could use a quarterback like that. And we're not surprised because he has tremendous hand-eye coordination, but he's a good sport, and he is very adept at throwing the outlet pass. We've seen some great ones in basketball history. Wesley Unseld, Kevin Love throws a great outlet pass, and they're starting to use that on the baseline inbound Saintly, and the other one was a side inbounds in the backcourt, and he threw it beautifully.
It was a beautiful pass, and what freed it up is there was a back pick, and then Leandro went to the rim. Well, Mo Buckets, after the game, admitted that the ball was supposed to go to Andre Iguodala, but Leandro stole it. Now, Coletto backed me on this. His number one thing is shooting.
Exactly.
Shooters don't want to pass the ball.
Exactly.
He'll take it out once in a while. This guy's hanging his hat on his shooting.
I agree. He's got a cannon. They're figuring, like, if you got a cannon, might as well use it. But like you say, he's a shooter. He's playing with a lot of confidence now. And that second group, they're starting to run some more plays for him now. We talked about Andre Iguodala setting that pin down for him, coming off. Those big men aren't used to guarding those pin downs. They don't know how to fight over that. They're not really sure what to do. They're not used to that. So usually he comes off there open, and he is knocking it down.
And like any good quarterback, you look deep first and not shallow. He looked deep, and he had Barbosa for a post route and a touchdown.
There you go.
And he's also saintly. Look at him on the three ball since the All-Star break. He's making half of his three-point shots. And Mo Buckets, who did not have a great 2015 part of the year, has played much better in 2016, and he's also played much better in the 11 games since the All-Star break, and he's always a joy to hear talk. So Monty Poole sat down with Mo Buckets this morning right after the Warriors shoot-around.
Maurice Speights here. The other night had a big night, 16 points off the bench, I think 15 minutes. Season high, I think, was 16 points. Tell me what's happening now that earlier this season you were struggling with, because their shot looks really nice now.
Well, early in the season, I was really struggling with really getting inconsistent minutes, you feel what I'm talking about? But me then sometimes not being professional enough to come in and late night get shots up or just staying ready, but I can't really think about how to start. I'm just worried about how it's finished and how it's going to finish. So that's the best feeling.
One of the things you're doing now that you didn't do that much before this year is you're dropping the three-point shot. How did that come along, and when did you decide that that's good enough for you to start taking that shot now?
No, really, I always could shoot a three, but I just never had confidence to shoot it in the game. But coach gave me the opportunity to shoot it from open, and it feels good to have a green light to shoot a three-pointer that I always work on in the summer or work on when I have time, like on off days or anything.
Now, you obviously are on a team with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, two of the best three-point shooters in the league. Do you compete with those guys in your own mind, at least, or tell yourself that you can do what they do from beyond the arc?
Well, I don't have no ego, so I'm a guy who's going to respect my players on my team, respect the stars on my team, so I'm not going to never compare myself to them guys. Them guys are no different level than I am, so I'm just happy to be on the team with them.
Now, you've been on a couple of teams in your career. Everybody talks about this team's chemistry and how you guys really are good with each other. Talk a little bit about what makes this team so tight.
Well, we're a brotherhood. We ain't got all the time on and off the court. Nobody don't have no ego problems. We know who the top dogs is, Steph and Klay, and Draymond is the leader on the team. So everybody else behind that fall into place and look out for each other and have each other back.
Okay, a couple more questions. This, of course, is a contract year for you. What do you hope to accomplish between now and the end of the year?
Win the championship.
Have you decided whether you want to come back here?
You know, we all know it's a business, so I'd love to come back here, but at the end of the day, it's a business. Whatever in store for it. I'm gonna be prepared for anything. So it's out of my control. The only thing I do is control everything I get on the court.
What makes this team so good when you see another team across the court and you know they can beat you?
Well, with this team, it's a little different. We got every night we get everybody best. So a lot of people don't realize we get everybody best game. So the record is amazing because we know we get everybody best game. But those guys, when we step on the court with Spurs, OKC, and all those kind of teams, we really got to step our game up too. I feel like that's our championship game too. So we go in them games with a lot of confidence and knowing that we're the best team in the league and we're going to show everybody.
Maurice Spates, also known as Mo Buckets.
Monty's like me. I'm going to ask you 2 more, and he asked 3 more.
5 more.
And Mo's going to get up 2 or 3 shots in a minute when he comes in. He scored 16 points in a little over 15 minutes the other night. Leandro Barbosa had 13. Anderson Varejao, you got to love the 300 center combination. Bogut starts. Varejao comes in mid-first quarter. Then Buckets comes in to start the second quarter. You got a roll for Brandon Rush right now. And it was really good to have Andre Iguodala back. When you add that up, they had 53 points off the bench the other night on 23 of 33 shooting, Kalena. And as we were talking the other night in studio, everybody on this bench knows when they're coming in the game and what their role is when they do enter the game.
They were a big reason they won the other night. And you heard Mo Spates say it there. No ego. It runs throughout the whole team, but when that second group comes in, they have no ego. You talk about Anderson Varejao. He's not coming in there like with a mentality like I'm going to score. He's screening for guys. He's making good passes. He's a lot like Bogut. Talk about Andre Iguodala, a guy that does everything. Sean Livingston, they're going to go to him a lot more in isolation because he's got length and he's got that advantage against most guards he's going to play with, so they want to go to him. They want him to expose guys when he gets in the game. Mo Spates, he's playing with a lot of confidence, and he's knocking down shots. When they come in the game, there's really no drop-off, and that's going to pay dividends in the postseason.
And you got 2 or 3 guys coming off your bench that could start easily in about half the teams in the NBA, and Andre Iguodala could start for about all of them. He's very content playing off the bench. Let's check out Steve Kerr's lineup. The Honda starting 5 for your 57-6 Golden State Warriors, and you wouldn't change a thing here on the Authentic Fan Friday. It will be the Splash Brothers in the backcourt, Harrison Barnes at small forward, Draymond Green at power forward, with Andrew Bogut at center. Going to be a great matchup tonight for Steph Curry and Klay trying to hold down Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. And we shared with you earlier that Damian Lillard not real happy that Steve Kerr compared his last game 3 weeks ago to a Steph Curry type performance. So Steve met the media at about 5:45 tonight, and Mark Spears from Yahoo Sports had the first question for the head coach.
What do you think about the fire and the passion that Damon plays with, and also the way he took your compliment? I assume you might have read that.
I just heard something about it. After the game that night, he had hit like 5 shots from about 40 feet. It felt like he was pulling up so deep behind the line. So I was being complimentary, and when Steph makes 40-footers and somebody else makes it, it reminded me of Steph. So I didn't mean anything by it. He's a great player. He should have been an all-star. I voted for him, for the record. But no, he's a great player, and I know he's probably got a lot of ticket requests tonight, but we're all very proud of him here in the Bay Area, one of Oakland's own, and hopefully we can do a little better job on him tonight.
Yeah, I was told he had 36 tickets tonight, but Barney said it's up to 50. This is a great matchup. They both can backcourts can score. They can shoot the 3-ball. C.J. McCollum right now is the most improved player in the league. Steph has made 304 threes. Klay is second in the NBA at 196. Damian Lillard is third at 182, and C.J. McCollum also shows up in the top 10 at 154. Talk about the cross matchup that Fitz was talking about, Kalena. We didn't see much of that 3 weeks ago. They will switch everything. Everybody will guard everybody. But pretty much Steph guarded Damian Lillard. Do you think Steph's saying, I want Lillard tonight, or might we see Klay get out on Damian Lillard just to cut off his penetration tonight with a longer defender?
We might see Klay on there just because, like you said, I was about to say his length. He can use his length against him. And Klay Thompson is a very good defender. But like you said, Steph Curry does have a lot of pride, and he's going to want to show that he can also play defense. He's a good defensive player, and Steph can move his feet. But like you said, that last game, Damian Lillard had 51 points, and a lot of that was with Steph in those pick and rolls, pick and pops. So like you said, they'll probably go small a lot this game so they can switch those Damian Lillard ball screens.
When you look at this Portland team, their front line is not imposing. It allows you to go small. And if you're having problems with pick and roll coverage, with your bigs not coming up enough, then you do go to Draymond and Harrison at the 5 and 4 spot. Much better defensive team here than up in Portland, but I have a wealth of respect for their young offensive weapons. Quality game tonight, fellas.
Warriors have only lost 6 times all year, and without question, the most humbling loss they've suffered this year during the Steve Kerr era came 3 weeks ago up at the Moda Center when Steph and the Warriors were outplayed by Damian Lillard and the Blazers. The rematch should be fun. Enjoy. Warriors basketball is next.
The Warriors got back on track Wednesday as Golden State used the long ball to topple the Jazz and extend their NBA record home winning streak. Tonight, Oracle hosts the most electrifying point guard matchup in the league. Oakland-born and bred Damian Lillard relishes his hometown visits and torched the Dubs for 51 in their last meeting in Rip City. Steph Curry is primed for the challenge as the reigning MVP seeks retribution for that 30-point beatdown. It's a backcourt showdown on Authentic Fan Friday. Right now. Oracle is the place to be on a Friday night with Portland in town taking on the Warriors. Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. You want point guard play? Damian Lillard, the hometown hero, matching up against the MVP, Stephen Curry. 50-point bombardiers. Steph has done it 3 times this year. Damian's done it twice. There'll be points aplenty tonight. Hello, everybody. Bob Fitzgerald alongside Jim Barnett. And you like guard play, you like threes, you like scoring. This is your game. Portland beat up on the Warriors. They'll remember that.
They certainly will. They got beat by 32 just a few weeks ago. But this is the best backcourt matchup in the league, bar none. And when you talk about Damian Lillard, maybe the best player not to be named an all-star. You got to worry about him.
So the backcourt will be amazing, but it's the bench depth that gives the Warriors the advantage. The bench on display against Utah, Jim. Steve Kerr would take this every night.
This is what the Warriors have been looking for, rather than just bank on Stephen Curry bailing them out, which he's been phenomenal over the last few weeks. But you get this kind of production from the bench. Most Spates was absolutely terrific. Barbosa, and of course he gets settled down by Andre Iguodala. Nice acquisition with Varejao. This kind of production, though, Bob, the Warriors aren't going to lose. Simply 53 points, they're not going to lose games.
We know Steph Curry leads the league in scoring, but defense may be the most important thing he does tonight. Damian Lillard has played the Warriors twice, and in both games, he's gone nuts.
He certainly did a signature game February 19th with his career-high 51. Knocking down threes. He's made 15 threes in the 2 matchups versus the Warriors. And that is the matchup tonight. Yeah, you've got 2 teams playing. They both won a game this year against each other. But you've got Damian Lillard, who plays with a lot of confidence, went to St. Joseph High here in Oakland. And Damian Lillard likes to put on a show here at home. So that's the matchup tonight. The featured matchup, Stephen Curry and Damian Lillard. Let's keep an eye on that.
Well, the Warriors have lost only 6 times. They remember each of them, and they definitely remember losing by 32 points. If you like threes, this is your night. Number 1 in the league in threes made. Number 2 right behind him, and number 3 in Damian Lillard. And by the way, C.J. McCollum is no slouch either. The backcourt, the scoring, the Blazers and Warriors. Greg and the guys back at Oracle after this.
Here's your night to sing or dance.
Well, we're going to have fun tonight inside Oracle Arena. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean, Kalena Azubuike, 2 teams that like to get up and down the floor, Saint, and let it fly from 3. What do you expect tonight? What's your key?
I'm not letting the cat out of the bag. I think the defense on the guard play is going to be the key. This matchup is terrific. I'm looking for Klay to really step up tonight.
Warriors ball screen defense on Lillard. If Lillard gets going, you may see some different coverages. They'll go small and switch everything. And also rebounding. the Portland Trailblazers are top 5 in the league in offensive rebounds, so the Warriors got to gain rebound tonight, all 5 guys.
All right, Oracle Arena sold out again for a 163rd consecutive game, 19,596, and all about 50 will be rooting for the Warriors. The 50, they'll be rooting for Damian Lillard.
It's time for tip-off. Here's Spitz and JB.
All right, MVP. Sold out at Oracle, Portland, and the Blazers. Third time this year splitting the first pair. The Warriors winning by 20, but then Portland winning by 32. Curry and Clay. Lillard and McCollum. Our Xfinity starting lineups. First for the Dubs with Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, and Andrew Bogut. For Portland, Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, Al-Farouq Aminu, Noah Vonleh, and Mason Plumlee. The Blazers really righted themselves, Jim, from a very poor beginning of the season. They've been very hot the last 26 games.
Well, after the Warriors beat them January 9th, they were down 9 games under 500. They went on an 18-4 run, then lost 3 in a row. But since January 8th and that loss, they've been 19-7.
And now the 6th seed in the Western Conference.
And Lillard's been on a tear since the All-Star break, averaging over 30 a game.
Vonleh elbow jumper, and Steph the rebound in motion. Draymond the trail 3.
As we talked about, both teams will play up-tempo here. Portland does not try to slow it down.
And early on, it's Klay Thompson taking a turn on Lillard, who misses the 3.
You indicated that on the pregame show. Might come to pass.
Yep, that's Terry Stotts' return to favor because McCollum's guarding Curry. And Klay Thompson.
No one's guarding him.
Yeah.
I love these matchups here in the backcourt.
Well, I think you hit on it. Unless, Lowry, DeRozan. Other than that, you're talking about 2 of the best backcourts in the NBA.
John Wall, Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal was on, limited minutes. Missed a lot of games.
Plumlee on the kick out. Al-Farouq Aminu for 3. And that's a 24-second violation. That shot didn't even hit iron. So Terry Stotts, along with Brad Stevens, I think you can make a case doing as good a job as any coach in the NBA.
Those are my 2 picks for Coach of the Year. You're exactly right, Bob.
Klay Thompson, another 3.
Well, they took that little step back to make sure he's behind the line. Going back to Stotts, he's coaching Damian Lillard from Oakland. He coached Gary Payton as an assistant under George Karl for 6 years in Seattle. And he coached Jason Kidd in Dallas. So he's had 3 terrific players from Oakland. I like that connection.
McCollum missing there. Bogut a strong rebound. Klay another 3. Harrison kept it alive, but Aminu will push out. Oh, you think they lose Lopez, LaMarcus Aldridge, Wesley Matthews, they trade Nicholas Batum, and then the 6th seed in the West? Are you kidding me? That's 4 of their 5 starters. Terry Stotts has done a great job.
Well, he said we didn't ever talk about rebuilding. He doesn't like to think about that. Young players, opportunity to get better, and they are getting better.
Steph wants that screen. And then flying down the lane and lay it up and out. It's the 3rd straight game Curry has missed a layup. It's been very odd. McCollum putting Portland on the board.
You don't stop that move. You go behind the back, step back. I can see why there's always this comparison, and I'm sure neither of them like it. Damian Lillard, McCollum, and Stephen Curry.
Oh, Draymond, he protected the passer there, saved the turnover, and got Bogut the dunk.
He made 2 great plays on that move. Just like you said, save the ball. That's big. Never gave up, and he never does.
Column rising again. Draymond mistimed the jump. Pushed on the break. Taking it to the rim to lay it up and in.
I love the way he bounced back that last game, and he's not hesitating here one bit. Early going.
See the quickness of Lillard. Nice delivery. Harrison Barnes knocked it away. Curry in a foot race. Got to beat McCollum to the rim, having it blocked. And Clay had all day to follow and just tried to jump and put it back in.
Yeah, he was afraid of the pursuit of the defender.
Nino hits a three. That's a 5-point swing right there.
Yeah, Clay could have come right down and gone right back up. But it's good ball.
Oh, what a pass. And the Warriors are leaving some on the rim. Should have 6 more points than they do. 3 missed layups.
Wait, nice job on Lillard there. He got right into his shot.
What a save by Plumlee. And a fresh 24. Lillard from deep, and he hits the 3.
Well, they got to switch with Andrew Bogut out front. And Harrison Barnes should have overruled him and said, I got him. And let the big man go for a moment. He's got to recover on him. He was in position to do so.
You notice Portland will not slow things down. And they want to play with the Warrior tempo. Curry missing the 3. Blazers are 5th in the league in 3-point percentage. The Warriors are the best. In launch threes. Vonleh missing there. Warriors have opened 4 of 11 with the 3 missed layups. Portland is 3 of 11. And Curry is held onto and fouled.
All right, this last little pick up top. Let's roll it ahead here. Harrison Barnes goes under the screen. Let's stop it right here. This is where Harrison can come out. Instead, he stays with his man here and leaves Bogut to defend Lillard. And he just drops the 3 on you. I think he could just pursue there. The other man is high enough. He could just say, I'm going to pick him up. You take the chance.
Bogut attacking. A little lefty hook and rimmed it out. Gotta like the shots the Warriors are getting. They've missed their last 5.
Once again, the matchup. Bogut did a pretty good job there on him. Sometimes the Warriors are a little too anxious to switch, in my estimation.
Klay Thompson, have yourself a 3-point quarter. 3 threes down for Clay, 9 of the Warriors' 13.
Well, he's just getting revenge on us talking about the great matchup with Lillard and Curry.
Clay says, I have a couple All-Star appearances.
Yes.
I'm 2nd in the league in threes made.
I think you need to feature me a little more, guys.
Bogut reaching in.
And Draymond Green had him pretty well covered. Would have been a tough make. Never like to foul someone when they're taking a difficult shot.
So Mason Plumlee, 3rd year out of Duke, 22nd pick in the 2013 draft, having a career season but missing the free throw. Remember tonight's game and all Warrior games at CSN are streamed live via the NBC Sports Live Extra app on your mobile phone or tablet. Stream the Warriors on the go. This game has been totally on the go, Jim, just back and forth.
That's the way we like it.
So Plumlee splitting the pair.
And obviously those people on the floor like it that way. Staggered screen there. Thompson and Bogut, and then Thompson comes back around. I like it.
Play another 3.
I love the way they devised that. Looks like Curry's going to get the ball and the shot off the screen by Thompson and Bogut, and it's a decoy. Then Thompson comes off Bogut.
So Steph has 300 threes. Clay's got 200 threes, and he's got 4 in the first quarter, and the Warrior lead at 7.
I'm Stephen Curry, and you're watching CSN, the authentic home of the champs.
Warrior lead at 7. Now our Geico Advanced Analytics stat. Steph Curry has 30 30-point games this year. Point guards against him have hit 35 times. Very quietly, Steph Curry is rated in the top 5 defensively at the point guard position. And considering that he's played 60 games,
this is it's difficult for me to wrap my arms around that. You're telling me 30-point games. He's had 30 plus
30
in this young season.
And opponent point guards have hit him for 35 times.
Wow. I mean, it just tells you what a season he's having. It's all right there in the facts.
Because we talk about Clay's defense, Draymond's defense, and Bogut's defense, but very quietly Curry's defensive rating is elite.
There's a guy I'm waiting to get going. We're going to need Harrison Barnes in the playoffs. He's got to be more aggressive. He's got to be more assertive. He's got to take that ball and take charge once in a while, just like he did there. I know he didn't get it a whole lot, but he can't just be a standstill catch-and-shoot player.
Now Ed Davis is checked in as Lillard is fouled. And Davis is the reason why Portland is the 4th best offensive rebounding team. Plumlee and Davis are relentless offensive rebounders. Alan Crabb, the Cal product, is also in. Iguodala has checked in. But for Draymond, keeping Ed Davis off the glass is very important.
Well, he's got 180 offensive rebounds this season already.
Number 9.
By far the most of either team here tonight.
Yeah, for a reserve, that's ridiculous. Steph, and there's his 3 and his first points of the night.
How about this? He mishandled the ball. He didn't catch it cleanly. Usually people never bring that up and take a shot. They have to get their feet set, get all the rhythm and so forth. It doesn't bother him. Truly amazing.
Bogut will make Davis earn it. So that's Andrew with his second foul.
Watch this pass come over to Stephen. He drops the ball. It doesn't deter him at all. He's still back on balance, finds his rhythm, and goes right back up. Gives the defense time to recover, and they did not get out there closely enough.
Now, we're early in this game, Jim, but the story that you're going to watch is the Warriors are the #1 3-point shooting team, but they're the #1 defensive 3-point shooting team.
Right.
So the Warriors are 5 of 8. That's where they should be. And they're holding Portland to 2 of 7. Now, Portland's the 5th best offensive team, but they're 21st in defending the 3.
Okay.
And so in Portland in that 32-point win, the Blazers were spectacular.
Oh, they were 17 of 30 from 3.
And the Warriors can't afford to have that happen tonight.
But they made 29 threes against the Warriors this year. The Warriors have made 30s. That's keeping the pace.
Curry, the corner 3 from Iguodala. Lillard weaving through traffic. His floater is off, and Steph the rebound.
Yeah, this is fun.
Step back 3. Oh, man. Absolute heat check.
And again, losing the ball ever so slightly, recovers him and puts it behind the line. The ball squirts away to a perfect position for him. That's a foul. Oh. This is too crazy. And this is why it puts smiles on your face. There's one. Oh, lost the ball a little bit, but I'll just take it from where it lands.
So the Warriors have opened 7 of 10 on threes.
Thompson 4 and Curry 3. They're 7 of 9.
Mo Spades is checked in.
Well, that's right. Draymond Green had that miss.
Spades fouling Alan Crabb on the jumper. Mo Spades, a season high against Utah. He was spectacular in that game. Alan Crabb, what a season he's had.
Yes.
Think of the Cal product, who was the first pick of the second round a couple years ago. And speaking of big guys that can shoot, Myers Leonard, who has even 3-point range, will check in, and Steve Kerr is going to use a timeout. 3:49 remaining in the first. Quite the beginning at Oracle.
I'm Keith Hernandez.
Warrior lead at 13. We talked about Mo Speights and his passing ability. Our forward choice, the touchdown pass to Barbosa. So our friend Mindy Bach said, wait a minute, I got video of Mo Speights before that Niner game slinging it to Draymond Green from about 65-yard plus. And he threw it easily. Thank you, Mindy, for that. And our Coors Light Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Clean, Crisp Coors Light. Points per 48 minutes off the bench. Guess who leads the NBA off the bench? It's Mo Buckets.
I love that kind of stat. This is what you're going to need, Bob. It's so easy to become too dependent on the Warriors' backcourt.
So Crabbe hitting both free throws. Portland's 5 of 6 from the line. Warriors have yet to shoot free throws. So Blazers hanging around.
Warriors aren't going to worry about shooting free throws if they continue.
Draymond.
This torrid pace from the field, particularly from three-point range.
They're shooting 58% for the game. So Barbosa will hand off Lillard to Curry. Gerald Henderson came over in that Noah Vonleh trade for Batum. He and Crabbe have been their bench brigade in terms of scoring at the wing spot.
You just always have to remember to take away the strong hand of your opponent.
Steph another three. Are you kidding me? Clay 4 of 5, Steph 4 of 5 on threes. As we said, one team defends the three, the other team doesn't. Lillard didn't quite finish there.
Steph pushes it ahead.
Curry, you got to be, no. If he had made that, just start the Portland bus.
He stopped on a dime, and then gave 9 cents change.
Hung in the air, angled himself.
The ball was gone.
The big difficulty was a 9.9. Henderson had space on a switch. Draymond fighting for that rebound.
Tougher to finish when someone goes, that's a double dribble. Steph caught the ball with 2 hands. Denver Taylor saw it.
I did.
Interesting. Steph is saying he didn't. Let's watch it here. You be the judge. Okay. Oh, he didn't touch it, but it looked like he did. It looked like he did from the angle of Mr. Taylor.
Curry spinning around.
He has different ways to finish. Mostly just out-quicks them.
Yeah, Myers Leonard can hit that three. And so Mo knows that. He's a 37% shooter as a 7-footer. Steph is just feeling it right now. He's got 16. It's 28-8. Clay Curry versus Lillard McCollum. Damian Lillard will get to the line. Draymond's got to be careful here.
That's smart by Lillard. Number one, you stop the clock, so you stop a little momentum. He just goes inside with his quickness, his strength, his ability to finish, and induces a foul. So he'll pick up a couple of easy points. He's a terrific free throw shooter. Always has been ever since he joined the league.
88% on the season. Lillard said he was looking forward to this game tonight more than any other game in his career.
Really?
He was so anxious to come back home, the way he's playing, the seasons Portland's having. The Warriors are undefeated in this building. Okay. At the NBA record, he said he was looking forward to it. Big a challenge as you could have.
He gave away 50 tickets tonight, he said, told me before the game.
Oh, Curry gets around, Lillard lays it up and in!
He may miss the easy one inside, but he makes the most difficult ones, and he makes them look easy.
Henderson, he has a three that they will replay at the dead ball.
He shot that with confidence. No hesitation. He felt that was going in right from the catch.
Curry is beyond hot right now. Draymond's got Lillard on the box.
Lillard strong.
This is where he posts up, and then he is fouled. This is different. Against Orlando, Draymond was overpassing. Now when he gets the point guard switched on him, he's taking him to task.
Crossover, hesitation, and then he just blows by. But that finish off the top of the glass makes it impossible, nearly impossible to block, because he releases it so quickly and so high away from the outstretched arms.
Lillard's defense, I'm thinking of you. Don't reach.
Yeah.
You're not moving your feet when you're reaching. Damian was reaching for him 3-4 times and couldn't get to him. And Draymond hitting both free throws.
Well, they figured he was at point-blank range, so that was kind of desperation.
But I'm saying on the dribble out top, he's still reaching at him.
No, you got to just get a little lower and stronger. Use your legs when you're outnumbered like you're outweighed.
Lillard missing there. Draymond the rebound. And we've got a foul in the backcourt. It's a double foul. So Iguodala and Leonard got tied up. A rare double foul, but Billy Kennedy saw that right away. No free throw shot, but a personal assessed both ways.
And you see him banging. You see him getting locked. You know, they released. Why stop the play?
About a 6-second game shot clock difference.
Neither one of those guys are ready to swing.
And Davis has switched out on Steph. Step back, three, off iron. Draymond the rebound. 7 seconds to work with. The Warriors don't need it. Another three, and they don't play for one. And 0.2 of a second, the quarter is essentially over. Under 0.3, it's got to be guided in by a tap. It cannot be secured and shot. So the lob.
Wow.
That's pretty close.
How about that?
They'll go to replay on that.
Warriors did not protect the rim.
So the Warriors 40 in the first quarter, 30 by the backcourt, 8 of 14 on threes. And it's either 40-27 or 40-29. They're also going to replay Gerald Henderson's three. So we will give you the results. They have disallowed that basket. We'll let you know if it stands after an scintillating first quarter at Oracle.
Roundtable has a harvest of fresh.
The Ed Davis dunk is disallowed by rule. We'll explain that in a second. So it's 40-27. The Henderson three was a three and was called correctly a three. So to clean up the scoring there as we begin the second quarter. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett with you. With Mo Spate, Sean Livingston, Harrison Barnes, Andre Iguodala, and Leandro Barbosa for the Warriors. Trapp slicing inside and flipping it in.
That's a nice move on the run.
Portland knows without Bogut in there to attack the rim. They did that beautifully up at Portland. Every time Bogut sat, they went inside as Barbosa is fouled. So this is the Trent Tucker rule. Under 0.3 of a second, you cannot secure and attempt a shot. So he caught it, and the clock operator here was slow. Once you catch the ball, done. It has to be batted or tapped in when it's under 0.3 of a second. And that is by rule. It's not whether the clock operator started it on time or anything. So that's a great example there of why that basket was disallowed.
Looked like he had a chance to just kind of cram it in with one hand.
Yeah, if he had just batted it, it would have been a good basket.
And possibly he thought he may have jumped a little early and he was coming down and the ball was not quite to the rim. He had to pick it up and put it in. But I don't know. Heck of a play anyway.
Yeah.
Heck of a play.
I mean, the history of that rule is it's physically impossible to secure and attempt a shot in less than 0.3 of a second.
I told you, Steph Curry may change that rule.
He may take the Curry corollary. The runner missed by McCollum, and Iguodala will push. And the trailer, Harrison Barnes, is fouled.
I love the play by Andre Iguodala there. He surmised the entire situation, and that's why he just kind of slowed down a little bit, let the defense keep running past, and then Harrison has the angle and the alley, a little daylight, and he goes to the line.
And a credit to Harrison for running and filling that lane.
They've got,
because you say, Jim, they've got to feature him a little bit. They got to jumpstart him.
Sometimes I've noticed the players, the Warriors, don't run and they don't fill that lane. It's a great play to have a trailer, the fourth man down. That's exactly what Harrison was there. He's always, I'd say most always open.
So he hit his mid-range post up, and he made both his free throws, so that's a good sign.
By the way, Don Nelson made a living in the NBA being the trailer in the Boston Celtics lineup.
And wouldn't he shoot that free throw line jumper?
Absolutely. That's what he had every time. And he was pretty good at it.
blocked by Spates. The foul, I don't think, is on the shot, but it's on a rebound underneath. Oh, it is on Spates.
And it's 3 free throws.
He had people react underneath because they were battling with Ed Davis. But it is on Mo as he contested. He got the ball, but the follow-through apparently hit McCollum. So C.J. McCollum, just like Lillard, is a 4-year college player from a small school. Lehigh for C.J. McCollum.
Weber State for Lillard.
And just like Draymond Green, we have a bias. We love 4-year college players.
Yeah. Well, it pays off. It pays off for the school, the colleges, and it pays off in the pros. We've got so many examples. Yes, we've got examples of people that leave early, but there is a sacrifice and a trade-off.
Well, the thing I would say, you know, the agents want you to come out so they can make the money off you. But over the longevity of your career, I think 4-year players like Grant Hill and Tim Duncan did just fine financially. Bergeron to beat the buzzer and missed the mid-range jumper.
I didn't want to interrupt you on the play there, but they might talk to Anthony Randolph about staying in college.
Well, here's the thing I would say. If Michael Jordan and Stephen Curry can go 3 years in college, I'm pretty sure you can too.
Yeah.
I don't think Michael or Steph are going to be worrying about their bank account anytime soon.
I use that a lot because I just think Anthony Randolph had a world of talent, but he wasn't prepared emotionally and physically to play after 1 year.
That's a great point, too. Iguodala hitting the 3. The Warriors are cooking at 55% and 9 of 15 on threes.
You got to keep playing because Portland does not give up. They've got a supreme confidence in young players that don't know any better.
They got firepower in their own right as Crabbe hits the 3. And as well as the Warriors are playing, the lead is at 12. It's not 25.
Exactly.
Iguodala again. Shooters roll. Well, the number 1 and number 5 3-point shooting teams are putting on a display right now. Henderson, Livingston knocked it away. He recovers, and McCollum hits a triple. I'll tell you, you got to credit the Blazers. The Warriors are giving them their A game, and Portland's hanging right with them. Livingston, field goal and a foul.
The Warriors have 52. Not even 3 minutes into the second quarter. How about Livingston? They think he's going to pass. And then from behind, McCollum, just a little ticky-tack, didn't even bother Sean Livingston on the shot.
Well, how good does the bench feel after their performance against Utah? And they've come out with Andre and Sean already, and then Harrison's running with the second unit.
Well, this would be good. The last 19, 20 games, keep building on that. Go to the playoffs. Give your team a lift. It's a long season, and then the postseason.
McCollum just lost it out of bounds. Warriors were smart not to reach.
Well, he tried to squeeze it through, and there was just no room. So he just got denied.
Well, you're seeing an example. When you have a fast-paced game, you don't have more turnovers.
Good point.
You shoot faster. Portland has 4, and the Warriors have 1. And this game has been played at 80 miles an hour. There's a little pump fake.
He wasn't going to shoot that jumper when he shot an air ball earlier. He just worked his way into the lane. And those pump fakes, they're so valuable, aren't they, when you know how to utilize them.
Terry Stotts will use the timeout. The Warriors getting up and down. Oracle absolutely buzzing. Everything bouncing their way thus far.
This is a cap.
Warriors' biggest lead is right now at 17 with 8:41 remaining in the first half. Our Lexus pursuit of perfection, the highest scoring duos in the NBA, and we're watching 2 of the 3 tonight. And we mentioned Lowry and DeRozan, Lillard, McCollum, Curry, and Clay in terms of backcourts, and career highs for the 4 guys playing tonight. Steph with 18 in the first quarter. Clay had 12. And that backcourt comparison favoring the Dubs. Now, it may change for Lillard, but his last 4 games at Oracle, he's averaging 18 a game, but shooting 34%. He had 37 in the first game he ever played here. But the last 4, he's pressed and tried to do too much. He started 1 of 7 tonight. The ability to handle the ball, Jim, and shoot. We see Steph benefit. McCollum is terrific at that.
Well, he and Lillard both 6'3". Makes it tougher for them to defend all the way. That's a good move.
And Harrison will get to the line. Sometimes you say, Jim, you drive to get fouled.
That's exactly what he did there, because there's nowhere to go. He just made sure he's going to get enough contact to work himself to the line, and I like that. I like his aggressiveness tonight.
Do you hold on to the ball more to make sure that you get the contact?
Yeah, and you hold on to it, and then you kind of move it at the last second to make sure you get wrist-to-wrist contact.
Okay.
And you can, and as long as you do that, you're in good shape.
Tricks of the trade. March 17th, that's the time to renew your season tickets. Get your playoff tickets before anyone else can. HeartOfTheWarriors.com or 888-GSW-HOOP. If you don't renew those season tickets, there are 23,000 people on the season ticket priority wait list. Got a foul on that missed free throw. And it was Varejao banging inside.
Warriors foul charge to Anderson Varejao, first personal, second team foul.
The Warriors 59% shooting. Portland at 44%. And the Blazers are just trying to weather the storm. This is the Warriors' A game offensively. McCollum, nice return pass. Leonard, a better pass. Shot clock at 5, and Crabbe missing the 3. Varejao, the rebound. Play the trail 3. Iguodala will track it down. Well, Varejao pass that up. Iguodala couldn't hit the 3. Look at Barnes work the glass. Crowd's going nuts because Henderson fell down.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
And we've got a foul inside. Harrison Barnes' effort relentless.
The Warriors are snappy tonight.
But they're also snapping ankles.
Harrison Barnes at the line.
I'm going to resist saying it. Do you think there was water on the floor, Bob?
Nope. Gotta check the footwear. You know when guys are going to adjust the shoes, Jim, honestly, is when a really good player tears his groin or has a significant injury because of that.
DeMar DeRozan did it last year.
You're right.
He was out 6 weeks.
You're right.
Go back and look at it.
No, I mean,
those are pretty good right there, by the way.
You don't have enough gription on the edges, just like a ski.
Let's get Henderson's. Let's not get someone else's. We'll look at his specifically next time on the line.
McCollum from deep. CJ tracked down his own miss. Good hustle. And the Warriors that thick in a defense. They'll know to finish. Mo Harkless inside. And Barnes is rebounding everything. Harrison is very active tonight. Tic-tac-toe.
Those are the plays that the NBA players love. The stars, the ones that are sitting on the bench right now in a Golden State Warrior uniform.
Well, the last 2 games, the prettiest passing, a lot has involved Andre Iguodala. He is the middleman on those great finishes. Klay Thompson, drop it down.
Well, Steve Kerr going to go. You move the ball, you got all kinds of options.
But Draymond just passed it to a better three-point shooter. I love that decision by Draymond Green.
I like what Andrew Bogut did. Didn't give it back to Curry, just worked to the middle, and there were 3 men open, and he had his pick. Around the horn, he got a 3. Yeah, they could end up with 80 this half. I think they would like to do that.
Tatum answers with the three. If you're wondering, the NBA season high for a half is the Kings. They had 83 against Phoenix in the second half of the game.
Well, the Warriors had 79 in Indiana, December the 8th. According to Raymond.
Klay Thompson make it 79. Lillard's had a tough first half, 2 of 10. Neals, Draymond there. Plumlee fouls it in. So a little over 5-second game shot clock difference. The Warriors going for their highest scoring half of the year. Can they drive Barnett's speed limit on the roadways here? They're going to get over 80.
How about this? Look what they've given up.
Down to 3. It squirted out of Klay's hands. And out of bounds. 1.5 seconds to shoot.
Plenty of time to catch. Let's see what kind of out-of-bounds play they get on the baseline, but near the sideline. A little tougher to get somebody under the hoop here.
Draymond, catch, shoot, fire. And out of bounds.
Yeah, they put more time up on the clock, by the way.
So now Klay fought for that rebound.
Well,
they're 3.6 to end the half.
I think Draymond was confused. He saw the clock at 1.5, and he didn't have to take the shot that quickly. They got plenty of time here. Now they may get something close.
Steph. 81. 20-point lead at the break. Curry's got 23. Klay's got 23. They're shooting 59%. And they're holding Lillard to 2 of 11 shooting. A 20-point advantage at the break. The first 80-plus point half for the Warriors all year. Spectacular. But Dave Feldman in the studio for Halftime Live coming up next.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, a combined 46 points, and the Warriors have 81, the most they've scored in a half in this historic season. As we welcome you into Jack in the Box Halftime Live. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave. We're at the half. The Warriors are sharing the ball, and who, I ask you, has it better than Anderson Varejao? The Warriors up by 20, back with more halftime in just a minute. Welcome back to Jack in the Box Halftime. Warriors like revenge, and revenge looks pretty good. Steph Curry is having an unbelievable game. The real one, not that one. 81 points at the half. Fitz and JB up next.
Our Jack in the Box at the half. The Warriors are up 20 with 81 in the first half. Now let's put this in perspective. If you score 61 points in a half, make 10 threes, and only turn it over 6 times, you did a great job offensively. That's what Portland did. And they're getting whacked by the best team in basketball.
This, to me, is like the relentless pursuit of perfection for the Warriors in the first half. They had a 40-point quarter in the first quarter, but then they had a 41-point quarter. They've already made 14 threes. Yep. Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, 23 each. They've got 46 points between them and 1 free throw. They're just dropping bombs everywhere tonight. And you do all of this, and you turn the ball over. This is the happiest moment right now for Steve Kerr. 4 turnovers.
Yep. I mean,
81 points and 4 turnovers.
Brilliant offensive first half. And Stephen Klay challenged by Lillard and McCollum. The KFC Nashville Hot Shot Chart brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's a lot of green dots, Jim, by 2 guards that were hitting from everywhere.
They just had an onslaught there. They've made 11 of 17 threes between the two. Let's start with Clay.
Well, he hit the 3 threes in the first 2 minutes of the game and kind of announced that the Warriors were going to be on fire from the beginning. And then Steph, after not scoring, he kicked in. And Portland had no answer for either one of them.
Well, Steph scored 18 points in that first quarter in about 5 minutes of action. He just got it going. Outside, inside, his magic, the stuff that he does, and he started dropping those threes. Both Clay and Steph started 4 of 5 from three-point range, cooled off a little bit.
17 assists and only 4 turnovers. Portland has never led in the ball game, but the Blazers are playing very well offensively. The Warriors, though, as you said, nearly perfect.
Hey, you captured it. The Blazers have 61 points. They've made 10 threes at 53%. They're playing an excellent game. The Warriors are just dominating and that much better.
Up 20 with the third quarter on the way.
It's now time for the halftime highlight reel presented.
Getting ready to start the second half. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett with you at Oracle. The Warriors with that 81-point first half, leading by 20. And Steph and Clay led the way. But great activity from Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes, and Iguodala. McCollum and Gerald Henderson with 12 off the bench. Aminu Plumlee and Damian Lillard is 2 of 11 with 7 points. So the Warriors have focused on the Portland All-Star. But you got to credit just a magnificent first half of offensive basketball, season high in a half. 81 for the Warriors. We said the NBA season high, Sacramento had 83.5 against Phoenix. Phoenix will be here tomorrow night. The rare home back-to-back for the Warriors.
Now the real key here is the first 3 minutes. Don't give them any daylight. Don't get sloppy. They exerted a lot of perfection and energy in that first half. The Warriors did.
Steph Curry. Halftime didn't cool them off.
Not a bad start.
1,500 threes. And yes, the fastest in NBA history to get to that mark.
I like that.
McCollum, tough finish. And a better steal. C.J. McCollum still playing hard. Steph and Clay.
You make one little mistake defensively, and the Warriors jump on it tonight.
It's Portland 63, and it's Curry and Klay Thompson 51. Problem for the Blazers is that Curry and Klay have teammates. Just nearly dribbled out the shot clock and then shot an air ball. So the 9th pick in the draft. He's a youngster out of Indiana. He's got a ways to go, but they like the potential.
He's just trying to get on the board right now. Yet to score. That's okay.
Curry missing that 3. I want to put that 1,500 in perspective. Steph did it 184 games faster than Ray Allen. 184 games faster. Now Curry tweaked it. I think he knocked knees there. He's trying to run that off.
Those can, if that's a Charlie horse contusion, that can bother you.
Yeah, he's not moving very well.
He's still not. Now he's got to come out. They've got to take a look at this. Put some ice on it.
Yeah, defensively, he knocked knees, or like Jim said, maybe above the knee, right there, bang. And you just hope it's kind of bone to bone, right?
Yeah, I hope it's more knee than a contusion above the knee.
Ian Clark is going to check in.
Looked like he let up a little bit.
Checking the game first time tonight, number 21, Ian Clark.
He is limping, but he's running back. So they'll spray a little ethyl chloride on that, freeze it, I would think. Time for Drew to get to work.
Drew Yoder or your trainer? The alpha chloride that don't hurt no more. What's that feel like when they spray it on there?
It just freezes it instantly. Lillard's trying to get inside and they're making it difficult. He's almost waiting too long to release the shot.
Clock at 10. Bogut's waiting for cutters. There's the post-up. Draymond on a point guard. Lillard had no chance of stopping him. And Clay hitting another three.
Just a little fortuitous bounce out to him. He said, well, I'll take advantage of it. Look at his three-point shooting tonight.
Well, Clay has 8 of 10.
8 of 10.
Now remember, Steph equaled the NBA record with his 12 against Oklahoma City. It tied Kobe and Daniel Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
Clay may not stay in this game long enough, but he's shooting it well enough to get in that territory. Conley missing again. Ian Clark smartly knocked it. Bogut to Ian Clark for three. Lillard just 2 of 13.
Even when he gets open, it's off.
Said the last 4 games he's been here, 34% shooting. He had 37 as a rookie. Tap that to Harrison, who'll recover.
How about that play?
Shot clock at 4. Big to big passing. Draymond to Bogut.
Bogut shooting 67%. 2 of 3.
Lillard unable to get the English off glass there. Harrison hanging and just rolled it off iron.
Lillard's trying just a little too hard right now. Trying to force it, manufacture some things.
Oh, Bogut even better. The beautiful crossover, but the angry Aussie was waiting on him. It's not just that Bogut can jump, and it's not just that he's big. He's really smart, and his timing is excellent.
I think his timing is the best aspect of his defensive ability to defend the rim. More than his size.
Lillard, Bogut with a rebound. Bogut off iron. That's the right play to make with Draymond.
Bogut's running well. See him healthy.
That will be a blocking foul.
He saw it coming. He won't like the call. He anticipated perfectly.
Yeah, he got it because he turned sideways.
I think you're right. Yep, and he was moving. He got there in front, but those are 2 bigs, and you don't want to be between them.
Andrew has that unique ability. Sometimes block the shot, sometimes draw the charge. He kind of reads plays there. That was a bang-bang. It was correctly called. And Plumlee hitting both free throws. So Plumlee's got 10. McCollum's got 15 and Henderson 12. Lillard is 2 of 15 with 7 points.
And now the Blazers are picking up the defense a little higher, a little more intense. This is what they need to do.
Clay with Vonleh fly behind. 30 for Klay Thompson. How they doing on the first 3 minutes plus in the third quarter?
I like it. They've got 14 points here in 5 minutes. Still playing with that intensity.
Lillard missing flat.
Defended well by Thompson. He just jumped on the shooting hand side, went right by him. He wants to go.
Clay missing. Bogut. Just couldn't get one to bank in.
Well, it boosts your rebounds and hurts your percentage.
Vonleh couldn't guide that in. Draymond will handle. They shackled Portland the last 4 minutes. I think Steve Kerr will play out this next 6 minutes, Jim, and then the Warriors play tomorrow night.
Yes, good point.
And so this is exactly the type of game you would want on the front end of a back-to-back. They've taken Portland's will away with the defense here in the third. Blazers can't buy a bucket. The Warriors are just putting it on them.
Phoenix.
Steph flipping it up and out.
That'll count.
Yeah, it's goaltended.
And that's going to count. They interfered with the rim. Almost like a pinball machine.
Terry Stotts will use the timeout. We have had no ties. We have had no lead changes. And if you're sitting on your sofa, Bogut's coming right in your living room.
We'll send it back to you.
All right, Ahmed. You gotta love spring training. If you're having a bad spring training, you're just working things out. You have a good spring training, you're ready to roll. But it's good to see Hunter Pence.
Too many games.
Hitting jacks. I think something you said pregame, Jim.
Yes, sir.
That the Warriors would remember that 32-point loss.
Yep.
And would have a little something for Portland.
Allowed 137 points. Biggest deficit this year in their losses. And they put a stamp on this game early.
Minu misfiring, and Clay will track it down. His 5th rebound. James Michael McAdoo getting the playing time. Bogut may be done for the night. If you think about it with the game tomorrow. Shot clock at 5. Kick out Curry. Feet set. 3 down.
Another assist for Draymond. He's got 6, 9. I'll tell you what, he's going to have a triple-double here if he keeps it up. He's got 10 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. But you're right, he probably won't play enough.
Well, in the first meeting, when the Warriors beat the Blazers by 20, Draymond did have a triple-double.
Okay.
That is a defensive 3-second violation, so that'd be a technical free throw.
He had 14, 11, and 12. Excuse me, 14, 12, 8. In the loss, he was 14, 12, and 8.
Well, think about the NBA record, which Steph and or Clay will own at some point in their career for threes in a game. Steph just saw the ball at the last second and then committed the foul.
It's on the pass, though. So now we'll get it right. Draymond with that January 8th win by the Warriors. 11 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. He loves to pass.
Russell Westbrook tied Draymond with 11 triple-doubles.
Yeah, I saw that.
But OKC lost at home tonight to Minnesota. Curry with a steal. Curry, and a good recovery that time by Mo Harkless.
Speaking of Oklahoma City losing, didn't they lose to Memphis?
OKC.
And Memphis did not have the horses?
Well, that was Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah, Cleveland lost the game to a skeleton crew from Memphis.
Pretty good play to catch up to Curry. Kind of surprised him.
Now, we have a foul before the ball was inbounded. We're going to have free throws. And foul before they inbound the ball.
The Warriors with 100 right now.
The reason we talk about Oklahoma City vis-a-vis Portland is that it's been assumed that OKC would be the 3 seed and that the Clippers would be 4. And then Memphis, Portland, 5 or 6. But since the All-Star break, Oklahoma City is losing games at an alarming rate. Season ticket priority wait list is over 23,000 right now. Get priority pre-sale access to playoff tickets and the best possible season tickets if they ever become available.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to read the box score of Minnesota, Oklahoma City tonight.
The Warriors are going to see Minnesota coming up on the road and at home.
They got a pretty good young center.
That's a nice dunk by Harkless and a good feed from Lillard. Well, they have the Rookie of the Year in Karl Anthony Towns.
That's the man.
Zach LaVine, Andrew Wiggins. I like what the Timberwolves have done.
Well, when Zach LaVine learns to shoot, he's going to be a heck of a player.
McAdoo having that blocked. And Bill Kennedy has the foul.
And by the way, Zach LaVine's getting better as a shooter. Very quickly.
Zach LaVine and Russell Westbrook, if they were in a decathlon, I mean,
well, that's a good, yeah, they would be good decathletes. Aaron Gordon as well.
Yeah, there you go.
He would throw the discus probably a little further.
How would I'm going to make him a little younger to make it even, but how would a younger Andre Iguodala do in the decathlon?
Yeah.
Clay with 30 in 25 minutes.
I'm trying to picture Andre Iguodala pole vaulting.
Okay.
That's a little tougher. But I can see Russell Westbrook doing that.
Yeah.
And LaVine. Okay, back to business.
And Lillard hitting a three.
Back to business here.
But Damian Lillard does get in double figures, 3 of 17. Curry trying to drop it off, and McAdoo is fouled again.
McAdoo has yet to learn that little sixth sense where someone is. I'm not sure he even knew there was a man behind him. And that's when you just little pump fake there. He's going to go. And there's a sense that you have there, and he just needs more experience. Well, he sat out for so long. It's pretty tough on a young player like that with that turf toe that he had. He missed about 6 weeks.
The work he does with Ron Adams.
Yep.
The same thing with Festus. You know he's going to get better. He puts in the reps. He puts in the time. Look at his free throw strokes.
It's come long.
Much better.
I love plays, and I've said this before. I love players. You don't have to call plays for him, and he's going to get his shots. He just finds the ball.
That's a good point.
You know, you don't worry about it. He doesn't worry about it. Has a nose for the ball.
Shot clock at 3. Myers Leonard kicking it out. McCollum knows it. Deep 3 is perfect.
They keep striking him, don't they?
C.J. McCollum and Draymond Green. This is the most improved player in the NBA.
I mean, the Blazers are 13 of 27 from three-point range.
They're the 5th best three-point shooting team. Curry barely in his hands. Crab, good closeout. We'll call that a pass to Draymond Green.
What happens on an air ball most often?
Goes to the offense.
It sure does, doesn't it?
Chapter 2, Book of Barnett.
Isn't it amazing?
It is amazing.
See it all the time.
Myers Leonard is a stretch 5. You got a guy who can shoot 37% on threes, who happens to be 7-1. Warriors' biggest lead has been 32. Up 26 right now. Steph on the action inside, and
he missed another layup.
What's wrong with that guy? He has 31 tonight.
I'm just glad to see him back on the floor, which we haven't mentioned.
Lillard.
Definitely then, Steph did not get a contusion. Wasn't on the muscle. Like you said, bone on bone.
So after being down 32, Portland continues to play.
Uh-oh.
Look at Lillard dive for that one and then draw the foul, or it's going to be Warrior ball. Lillard will pick up the personal, and you hope Iguodala's all right.
He's holding his left ankle.
So timeout on the floor, and Andre's got a hitch in his get-along.
Happy birthday for the Warriors to Erica.
HD is 5 extra.
All Warriors tonight, all night long. Our AT&T U-verse rewind. Klay Thompson hugging his dad, Michael Thompson. They both won NBA championships. So how many father-son duos have won NBA titles? Well, Matt Guokas Sr., Matt Guokas Jr., Warrior connection. Rick Barry, Brent Barry, Warrior connection. Bill Walton and Luke Walton. And Luke, obviously, is assistant coach. And Michael and Klay Thompson. Those are the 4 father-son duos in NBA history. That's our McDonald's true story. I did not know Matt Guokas Sr. was on the 46-47 world champions.
I did not know that either. Matt Guokas Jr. was the same year I was, out of Philadelphia. He played for the 76ers. Got a lot of playing time on that team. That was 68-13.
Also a longtime television analyst. Matt Kukas did a lot of TV.
And coached. I think he was the first coach, if I'm not mistaken, someone will let me know, of the Orlando Magic.
Now Andre is going to shoot the free throws, but he's going to come right out of the game because this is a bad twist of that ankle coming up right there.
He got pinned underneath.
And that's not the roll off the curb. That's that high ankle sprain. And Iguodala is limping, which is why the Warriors commit the foul. So I would think he's going right to the locker room.
Yes, he is.
With the big lead, you just do not want to see that happen.
Well, Damian Lillard goes after the ball, and these things do happen. Your feet grip. It's just like a football play. Your cleats stick to the turf. Can't get your foot free. Someone rolls on it.
Shot clock at 5. Draymond came back for the defense. Crabbe was waiting on that. So Brian Roberts, who's acquired at the trade deadline, he checks in, flips that out. You know, the issue with Iguodala too, Jim, he was just coming back from the hamstring.
I know. Missed a couple of games there.
Start getting leg and ankle issues. Steph Curry, drop it in a triple. Clay's got 30, Steph's got 34. They have 15 threes between them, equaling Portland's 15 threes as a team. They're playing Lillard off the ball here and letting Roberts get a little run. Shot clock at 2. Leonard not a post-up center. Harkless will miss that 3. Curry, deep 3. And ribbed that out. And that was the 2-for-1. Steph taking the quick one. Shot clock at 7. Lillard. Step back 3 of his own. Damian Lillard, after a rugged first half, has come alive here in the second half. 10 in the third quarter of his 17. Draymond, a deep 3. And out of bounds to the Warriors with a second left. Warriors led by 13 after one by 20 at halftime. Ballooned it up to 32. In the final second of the third, even Steph couldn't get that shot off. As 2 Blazers smartly stayed with him. 110-86. 64 for the Splash Brothers. Warriors, no lead changes, no ties. Complete domination.
March is matchup month.
Our Toyota game summary with the Warriors up comfortably. Jim, can I interest you in a little NBA history?
Go ahead.
If we see 3 more made threes, you'll have watched more made threes in a game ever. The record in an NBA game is 36 threes made. As Brian Roberts lays that in. That was actually done.
Combined.
That was the Warriors with 21 and Orlando with 15. That was March 11th of 2011. Tonight, the Warriors have 18 and Portland has 16. 34 made threes. 3 more made threes. Most threes made ever in an NBA game. We got a quarter to do it.
How many profiles in history can we put on exhibit this year with this team? I mean,
I'm also selling a 21-point lead and hoping people hang around.
Okay, I see. Okay. I never thought of that.
Brandon Rush missing the floater. So Livingston, Brandon Rush, Harrison Barnes with Barbosa and Varejao. Ryan Roberts, Myers Leonard, Pat Connaughton, the rookie from Notre Dame, has checked in with Alan Crabb and Mo Harkless. Shot clock at 5. Myers Leonard, hey, guy can shoot.
Well, that's the third time I've seen him try to post him up.
Can't post up.
Well, and guess he finally said, let me go to my strength and just shoot the ball on a jumper without trying to make moves into the lane.
You know who else was a good outside shooter? They couldn't post up. Bill Laimbeer. And all he did was shoot that 3 and play defense and foul people.
He was very proficient.
He was terrific.
That 3.
But they never ran post-up plays from Laimbeer with Detroit.
No, you're right.
But you spotted right away. Leonard is a great shooter for a big man. He couldn't even post up Brandon Rush.
Yeah, remember last quarter he was trying to post up. He even posted up Leandro Barbosa. Didn't come to fruition.
Only 3 to shoot here. Varejao recognized it and banked it out.
Yeah, that one halfway down.
So the Warriors playing Phoenix tomorrow.
This is only, by the way, now this is a 17-point game and a free throw coming.
I'm just going to say what Steve Kerr would like is for this reserve unit to take care of the game. But your 32-point lead is at 17, and Roberts get another free throw. Well, this speaks to why Terry Stotts is in the running for Coach of the Year, by the way. Connaughton with the offensive rebound. And Roberts hits a 3. And Steve Kerr's got to use a timeout.
See, now their luck is going a little bit their way. They miss a free throw, but they get a 3 after. They just had a 5-point play.
32-point lead has become 14.
Trolling for
A 10-0 Portland run in the first minute 29 of the fourth quarter has made it a 14-point game. Our Rams shot of the game, Steph Curry put Damian Lillard in spin cycle and then laid it up and in. Our Ram shot of the game. So Klay Thompson immediately back in the ball game.
Well, I don't blame him. I mean,
10-0 in a minute and 29 seconds. That's not good.
They just scored 5 points in about 2 seconds. The basket, the rebound, and then ensuing 3.
Livingston missing short there. So Sean Clay Harrison with Brandon Rush and Varejao. Alan Crabb missing that 3. Iguodala went to the locker room with what appeared to be a high ankle sprain. So that's already put a little damper on tonight. And after lead by 32, you want to close this game the right way as Klay Thompson will get to the line.
Well, foul, charge 23 on first personal. First team foul. Klay Thompson.
The understated brilliance of Klay Thompson. As loud as all Steph's accomplishments are, 22 a game, 41% on threes, 86% from the line. Phenomenal off-guard defender. Another all-star appearance.
13th leading scorer in the league.
Noches Enabea celebrates the NBA's growing fan support. And you can get your team's merchandise at NBAstore.com. And all the complete coverage of Noches Enabea, visit Enabea.com or NBA.com if you would prefer. Varejao gave ground nicely. Scramble loose ball, Brandon Rush. What a play. Play rising.
He's so undaunted by what his defender does. His defender can be right on top of him, but he has supreme confidence that he can get that shot off. He just blocks the defender out of his mind. He doesn't get distracted. That's very unusual.
Terry Stotts got a technical foul. And Klay Thompson hitting the tee.
Now, you're going to see, watch Allen Crabbe here. I mean, he just makes a little move, but it doesn't even phase Klay Thompson. You know, I know he never rose up or anything, but he made a little jerky move, and I think he was trying to disrupt the shot. It didn't do it.
Connaughton, send up Myers Leonard. Here we go. Post up again. Determined to do it.
He's better with a jump shot.
Klay, deep three. Harrison Barnes didn't give up on it.
No reset of the clock.
Connaughton had Klay locked up. Livingston thought he was going to cut back door.
That's what he was looking for. He tried to lead him there. Because Connaughton did not have vision on the ball.
He was, like we talked about, face guarding Steph or Klay. He's trying to stay in contact with the great shooter. Connaughton inside and couldn't get the angle. Well, he's got Roberts. He's telling Varejao, get out of here. 37 for Klay Thompson.
Varejao won't get the assist, but he set a heck of a screen.
Yes, he did.
I love players like that. Varejao knows how to pin a man. How about this? Sean Livingston on Myers Leonard.
Shot clock at 5. Connaughton having that jumper blocked. Leonard at 2. He just looked and recognized and knew he had to shoot it.
And watch him just pin Brian Roberts. Keeps his arms in. He just knows how to lock him up.
Now, you said
Clyde Lee.
Varejao was a great pickup by the Warriors, right?
Yes, sir.
Portland gave the Warriors the assist because they bought out his contract and put him on waivers.
That's right. Yeah.
So the checkbook of Paul Allen has benefited the Warrior playoff run. When he was traded from Cleveland, the reason Paul Allen did that is because they got a #1 pick in the deal. So Portland got a #1 for absorbing Varejao's contract, but they bought him out. And the Warriors have him for the prorated veterans minimum. And with the Ezeli injury, Andy has been really a nice addition. Varejao with the foul. Uncalled, he would have had a dunk, but he got a little bit of the hand there.
Warriors foul to Charlotte. Anderson Varejao, second personal, third team foul.
Paul Allen's a cross owner. Owns the Seahawks, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Cross trainer, cross owner.
Well, he and Bill Gates had this company, Jim. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yes.
As Connaughton hits a 3. It's that Microsoft business that seems to have done well.
Well, it finished up today, $1.02 to 53.07 to be exact.
Well, also one of the richest men in the world happens to own the Clippers, Mr. Ballmer. He worked for that company too. Harrison Barnes fouled there. So 36 threes in a game ties the NBA record. Each team has made 18. One more 3 and you will have watched more threes made in an NBA game ever. Harrison missing the free throw. Damian Lillard 5 of 19 tonight, but he had 4 threes. McCollum 6 of 15. He had 3 threes. I think it's not just the number of threes at 18 each, Jim. It's 18 of 35 and 18 of 35.
Very impressive.
I think a team shooting better than 50% on threes. Connaughton from the baseline, rimming that out. When the three-pointer first came into existence in '79, you had guys like Mike Bratz and Mike Dunleavy shooting 33% and leading the league. Now teams are shooting 50% in games.
These guys, terrific athletes like we've never seen before in any era. So quick, so fast. Reactions, and they're becoming better shooters, Bob.
Leonard missing there.
The three-point line has induced them, these NBA athletes, to become better shooters.
Brandon Rush is firing there. Varejao, no reset of the shot clock. 5 to shoot. Clay having that block. Crap was waiting for him there. Harrison to beat the buzzer. He hit iron, and Livingston the rebound.
Sean's cool. He'll bring it out.
Mid-range post up. Turn and shoot. Harrison, that's his game, and that one rattled out.
Connaughton did a pretty good job with him. They didn't take a fadeaway.
Connaughton played power forward for Notre Dame last year.
You're kidding me.
Now they've played an undersized lineup. They get all the way to the Elite Eight before losing to Kentucky. They won the ACC. He and Jaren Grant were the two best players. Connaughton flipping that in. Pat Connaughton also got a huge signing bonus for the Baltimore Orioles. He throws 95 miles an hour. And he may be a Major League Baseball player.
Did he pitch at Notre Dame?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
5:03 remaining in the ball game, and the Warriors up 17.
Closed captioning is...
Warrior lead at 17, but this game was decided in the first half. An 81-61 halftime, 71 points by Stephen Clay. I think the Warriors remembered the loss to Portland.
They certainly did tonight, and the backcourt was just terrific. We've talked about that all night. Now, Portland, this is a game of runs and ebb and flow. Portland had a little run, a 10-0 run, got back to within 14 points after the Warriors being up by 32 early in this fourth quarter, but that was quickly taken care of.
I think the issue is for the Warriors on this homestand is focus. They were focused for this game as they were for Utah. They'll be tested with Phoenix and then New Orleans. Is that how do you, and then the Knicks. You can't look at a team's record. The Laker game should have taught them that, and that we'll see if they learn that lesson the next 3 after tonight. They're better than all of those teams, and they need to clean up the rest of the homestand. They were awfully good for the first half tonight. Draymond had it knocked away, stayed with it, and laid it in. So the bucket in the body, and Draymond Green an opportunity for a three-point play.
He stays with it, doesn't he? One thing I like about Draymond, and I've said this before, he plays hard every second he's on the floor, at both ends, every second. He plays like he doesn't have a guaranteed contract.
You know what is a great sign tonight? Draymond is 7 of 7 from the foul line.
Ooh, I like that.
He has been working after scuffling in January and February free throwing. Myers Leonard has had some of the roughest back to the basket plays you're going to see for a big man.
He's got some scars to show it too. He's got red spots all over, back of the neck, on his face.
Allen Crabbe missing, and Connaughton with the rebound. Roberts hits the 3. Pat Connaughton, too, Jim, at the Chicago pre-draft camp. He had the highest vertical leap of any player. Nearly 44 inches.
Yeah, you told me that last time. Well, we got a new NBA record of threes made in the game combined.
History tonight at Oracle. Can we see 43s in a game? Spates is fouled.
For the foul shot, for the Clippers, third personal 15 foul. At the line.
Warriors only 3 players in double figures. That's all they've needed tonight. Incredible three-point shooting both ways. Spates misses there. Anthony Davis and the Pelicans are here on Latino Heritage Night. Noches and Abea, presented by Alaska Airlines, and it will be Monday, be here for the Warriors and the Pelicans. 888 GSW Hoop, and Klay Thompson, a 37-point night. He gets the rest after 32 minutes. He got the Warriors going with those threes early. 8 of 11. And the foul. And then the finish. Well, we talked about Damian Lillard. His last 4 had been ugly, so what would tonight hold in store? Well, didn't get better. Under the 18 average and 5 of 19 shooting. So that's 5 straight games at Oracle for the hometown kid where it's been brutal. His first game here was terrific. He had 37.
Well, the Warriors got off to such a great start offensively. It got everybody in a Blazer uniform behind the 8 ball. So then, you know, he's the star. I mean, he's their anchor. And I just thought he tried to make things happen, tried to take over a little bit, which is natural inclination, and just put a lot of pressure on himself. And first quarter, 1 of 7 shooting, and they were already down by 11. So it just kept digging a hole. You got to give him credit. He keeps trying. So he became a volume shooter.
And also, we had shown you earlier that only 5 times as a point guard hit 30 against Steph Curry. Well, Lillard's done it 2 of those 5 times.
That's right.
So you don't think the 3rd time that Steph and Klay were ready for Lillard? They were. Klay went for 37, Steph for 34.
That was first 2 games. He had a season high at that time, 40 points.
Right.
And then he got the career high 51.
Yep.
And since that time, he's had another 50-point game.
But the Splash Brothers, knowing and respecting the backcourt of Portland, answered the bell 71-35 tonight. The backcourt advantage.
I'd like to know the Blazers' single-game record for team-made threes. They made 19 tonight.
It's getting pretty close.
And yet, they're losing by 20.
Bosa missing that 3. Always something record-setting with the Warriors. You think driving in, we would see the most threes ever in an NBA game? Kind of nice. Also, too, the only way to beat the Warriors is to beat them at the 3-point line. And even doing that, it hasn't helped Portland enough. 2:44 left. The Warriors have led the entire game. Our big plays the Togo's way. The backcourt at it, but Klay Thompson, how do you think his threes kind of set the tone early in the game?
I do. They came right out of the gate. He was terrific. He had 12 points in the blink of an eye, and then Steph Curry took over. They combined in that first quarter. They were so on. They combined for 30 in the first quarter between the two.
Now Klay's work is not done. He's going to talk to you right after the game and talk about what this game meant to the Warriors and how they were kind of ready for Portland.
47 straight at home. The record continues.
I always get a kick out of Klay as a kid growing up in the Portland area, or spending time there anyway when Michael played there, that he and Kevin Love were on the same Little League baseball team.
Okay.
I would have liked to have seen that. As Ian Clark missing the layup there. Imagine being a parent on that team. Hey, how's Klay Thompson, Kevin Love? Those guys were pretty good athletes. 20 years later, here they are.
Never asked him where he lived up there. He probably lived in Lake Oswego.
I think so. Ian Clark lost his footing, maintained his dribble. Ian Clark on the crossover. And he was fouled. Crowd had a little fun with that. Ian just got in the Warriors team film session for tomorrow.
Ian Clark,
When you're dribbling, Jim, you don't want to break your own ankles and fall down.
Good point. Well, we talked about the platitudes of Eric Hausen last game, right? We got to give credit to the hardest working PR man, Raymond Ritter, all those stats that we get. And he just gave us the Blazer record for threes in a game is 21, so they're at 19. But they've been rather dry the last few minutes. Thank you, Raymond.
Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean, Kalena Azubuike. Right here at Oracle on Authentic Fan Friday. Raymond's got TV crews following him around, Jim. He's the only PR guy I've ever seen that is doing his own PR. What's that all about? It's almost like he's won PR Executive of the Year before. Oh, wait, he has.
You know what's amazing is he never looks tired, and yet he works about 88 hours a week.
That's because he's completely inefficient. Constantly emailing himself all the time.
I will say he has a difficult time delegating authority.
He is simply the very best at his position in all pro sports.
No one better. We say a little hyperbole here, but it's the truth.
Well, the last 20 years or so, Jim, the NBA has him doing the PR at the All-Star game. He doesn't even get a break during the season. He was up in Toronto with all the Warrior players doing stuff for the league, as he usually does. Shot clock at 7. Ian Clark with a little runner. Ian Clark.
He always stays ready. He always stays ready. Great attitude.
What Steve Kerr's going to like here is that the reserves pushed it back up to 20.
Good point.
You know, after that little threat, called the timeout, challenged the guys a little bit. Connaughton with a take to the rim. So Pat Connaughton with 7 points in 11 minutes. Interesting second-round pick. Very athletic, good distance shooter. Plays hard. Ian Clark rimming out that 3. So for the Blazers, they're still going to stay in the 6th spot. They'll go to 34 and 32. The Warriors 58 and 6 and extend that record-setting win streak. Spades rimming out that 3. If they finish off the homestand 50 in a row, can they do it? Be something else. And the Warriors Suns tomorrow, back end of a back-to-back. Steph had to play 30 minutes, Draymond 32.
Warriors foul charge, Warriors Spades, their personal.
Our big plays the Togo's way. The backcourt at it, but Klay Thompson, how do you think his threes kind of set the tone early in the game?
I do. They came right out of the gate. He was terrific. He had 12 points in the blink of an eye, and then Steph Curry took over. They combined in that first quarter. They were so on. They combined for 30 in the first quarter between the two.
Now Klay's work is not done. He's going to talk to you right after the game and talk about what this game meant to the Warriors and how they were kind of ready for Portland.
47 straight at home. The record continues.
I always get a kick out of Klay as a kid growing up in the Portland area, or spending time there anyway when Michael played there, that he and Kevin Love were on the same Little League baseball team.
Okay.
I would have liked to have seen that. As Ian Clark missing the layup there. Imagine being a parent on that team. Hey, how's Klay Thompson and Kevin Love? Those guys were pretty good athletes. 20 years later, here they are.
Never asked him where he lived up there. He probably lived in North Oswego.
I think so. Ian Clark lost his footing, maintained his dribble. Ian Clark on the crossover. And he was fouled. Crowd had a little fun with that. Ian just got in the Warriors team film session for tomorrow.
Ian Clark,
When you're dribbling, Jim, you don't want to break your own ankles and fall down.
Good point. Well, we talked about the platitudes of Eric Hausen last game, right? We got to give credit to the hardest working PR man, Raymond Ritter, all those stats that we get. And he just gave us the Blazer record for threes in a game is 21, so they're at 19. But they've been rather dry the last few minutes. Thank you, Raymond.
Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean, Kalena Azubuike. Right here at Oracle on Authentic Fan Friday. Raymond's got TV crews following him around, Jim. the only PR guy I've ever seen that is doing his own PR. What's that all about? It's almost like he's won PR Executive of the Year before. Oh, wait, he has.
You know what's amazing is he never looks tired, and yet he works about 88 hours a week.
That's because he's completely inefficient. Constantly emailing himself all the time.
I will say he has a difficult time delegating authority.
He is simply the very best at his position in all pro sports.
No one better. We say a little hyperbole here, but it's the truth.
Well, the last 20 years or so, Jim, the NBA has him doing the PR at the All-Star game. He doesn't even get a break during the season. He was up in Toronto with all the Warrior players doing stuff for the league, as he usually does. Shot clock at 7. Ian Clark with a little runner. Ian Clark.
He always stays ready. He always stays ready. Great attitude.
What Steve Kerr's going to like here is that the reserves pushed it back up to 20.
Good point.
You know, after that little threat, called the timeout, challenged the guys a little bit. Connaughton with a take to the rim. So Pat Connaughton with 7 points in 11 minutes. Interesting second-round pick. Very athletic, good distance shooter. Plays hard. Ian Clark rimming out that 3. So for the Blazers, they're still going to stay in the 6th spot. They'll go to 34-32. The Warriors 58-6 and extend that record-setting win streak. Spades rimming out that 3. If they finish off the homestand 50 in a row, can they do it? Be something else. The Warriors Suns tomorrow, back end of a back-to-back. Steph had to play 30 minutes, Draymond 32.
Warriors foul charge, Warriors Spades, their personal.
47 straight home wins with the Suns, Pelicans, and Knicks still remaining on the homestand. No team in NBA history has ever gone undefeated at home. Nobody's ever been 41-0.
29-0 at home.
You get a game closer to start talking about 72-10. 58-6. No team has ever been 58-6. And they took care of the Blazers. They really did it in the first half. 128-112 the final. They led by as many as 32. Portland never had a lead. The game was never tied. A dominant Warrior performance. And for Portland and Damian Lillard, Oracle still continues to be a problem. Jim will talk to Klay Thompson. That is coming up. Greg and the guys are here at Oracle. Warrior Postgame Live, presented by Honda, is coming your way. Steph and Klay go for 71. The most threes ever in NBA history, with 37 made between the two teams. History tonight. And the Warriors continue to make history each and every night.
Not a lot of drama inside Oracle Arena on this Friday night. Klay Thompson so pure with his jump shot, made a couple of early threes. Warriors led 6-0, and that was pretty much ball game. Klay Thompson 37 points, and Steph Curry had 34. Klay's shot was just so perfect tonight. 13 of 22 floor and 8 of 11 on the 3-ball. Let's head back down to the floor. Jim and Klay.
All right, thank you, Greg. Well, Klay, the way you guys came out of the gate tonight, I think you remembered the last game up in Portland when they beat you by 32.
Yeah, that was, I mean, you want to have a short-term memory in this league, but they gave us the worst beating of the season. So we want to come out and show them that we're a great team at home and that we want to redeem ourselves.
Steve Kerr very happy.
Very happy, yeah. That's a team who's always in it with the way they shoot the ball, the way they score. So we were just in such a great flow tonight on the offensive end. Ball was not sticking. Everyone was getting a touch. Made some beautiful plays in the half-court and transition. And, man, it was a complete game.
What is it with your backcourt? You and Steph Curry, you get it going. You had 30 at halftime. You end up tonight, you've 37, he's 34, 71 points. When you shoot like that, you're impossible to beat.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get on his level. The way the shots he takes, it inspires me to take some tough shots and practice them. But when we're both on fire, you know, not settling for good shots, but great shots, 100 shot, and just playing within the flow of the offense, man, we're the toughest team to beat.
47 straight now at home. You keep setting that record. You're right in the middle of this homestand. You've got 3 more games remaining. Yeah. That would put you to 50. Yeah. Are you guys thinking about that? I know everybody talks about different records. By the way, there was a record tonight, combined made threes in a game between the Warriors and the Blazers. The Blazers in themselves had 19 made threes, and yet you beat them handily.
Yeah, you know, it was a shootout every time these teams face off, but we don't think too much into the record. We know we want to protect Oracle as much as possible. We got the best fans. They deserve to see as many wins as possible. But why not make it 50? That's a remarkable number.
We talk about no one has ever been undefeated at home. Last year you were 39-2. You gave a game away to Chicago. Have you guys talked about going undefeated here at Oracle Arena? You got 29-0 right now at home.
It'll be nice. We don't really talk about it, but I think it's something we can do. We just got to be focused every night, not relax because the playoffs are coming up, but, you know, finish this season off strong. But I think we can do it. It's going to take a lot of hard work, obviously, some great teams we got to face still down the line. But, I mean, it's something we can do. That'd be another remarkable feat if we could get that. It'd be, it's been a special season so far. We want to keep it going.
You know, I love this backcourt matchup between the Blazers and you and Steph, of course. And you got Lillard. You made him a volume shooter tonight. He comes home here. He's got a lot of friends, family, but he went 5 of 19. You probably like that better than you scoring.
Oh, yeah. You know, the way he did us last time, he put on a show. I think he had 50, so we wanted to come out and, you know, try and put the clamps on him, try and make him take tough mid-range shots. He's going to get his numbers. He's going to get his shots up, but as long as we make it as tough as possible for him, we can, you know, live with the results.
All right, Clay. Great game tonight. Congratulations. We'll see you out here in less than 24 hours when you play Phoenix.
Quick turnaround. Thanks, Jim.
Greg, we'll go back to you in the studio.
All right, Jim. Yeah, rare back-to-back home games on the weekend. They'll host the Phoenix Suns. The Warriors are halfway through the 6-game homestand. You can just see their game, and they've been playing great all year, but getting better and better and better. And they were so strong tonight, so on point in the first half. 81 points in the first half. Welcome to Honda Warriors postgame live from the Crown Royal Club. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean, and Kelena Azubuike. Our BMW turning point was the first half. They were just so strong, and it was the play of the Splash Brothers. They each scored 23 points in the first half. They combined to shoot 17 of 28, 11 of 17 on threes. Conversely, Lillard and McCollum did not have great first half, Saint. They were 6 for 21, and the Splash Brothers outscored them 46-20. But Clay, right away, those first 2 threes he made, his shot, everything was splashing. He didn't touch a rim tonight.
You know what I liked? I liked the arc on his ball. He really got his legs into his shot. He's been shooting some line drives, and I just really liked his rhythm. He felt it early, and as a player, you know when you got it like that, and that's the good thing about this team. They know when guys are on, and they find them. So the both of them were really in gear, and then they dominated that younger backcourt of Portland.
And his first 2 shots were open. That's always nice for a shooter to get your first 2 shots, get a good look at the rim, see it go in. The ball movement from the get-go was on point. They got into the paint, they dished it out, drew the defense, made Portland help, and kicked it out to open shooters, and Clay and Steph were on fire early. And on the defensive end, a good sustained effort on the defensive end. Bogut was really active in those ball screens. He was moving his feet, getting good contests. So great effort on both ends of the floor.
I know the one category, the box score, the head coach is going to be most pleased with. They only had 8 turnovers tonight. Remember when the homestand started with 24, down to 15, and down to 8 tonight. And they just played a wonderful first half. Let's go back down to the Oracle Arena floor, bring Bob Fitzgerald and Jim Barnett back into Honda Warriors postgame live. And they're halfway through this homestand. It's nice to be able to be at home for a week and a half and really tighten up your game, Bob, because tonight they played tight.
Now, you hit on it right there, Greg, is that after 44 turnovers between L.A. and Orlando, 23 turnovers now with Utah and Portland. I mean, you cut that in half. Then you see when the Warriors don't waste possessions how relentless they are offensively. And I thought you asked Clay a great question. Okay, yeah, he had 37. Clay scores all the time. Lillard was 5 of 19.
Right.
I mean, they owned him. And that's defensively, you see when the Warriors lock a team down, nobody has a chance.
They played a perfect game tonight. This is the best game I've seen them play collectively in a long, long time because they did it at both ends of the floor. And as I said, 3 things you want to be a great team. You want to be good at the defensive end. You want to be really good. They were doing that. They made it tough all night long on Damian Lillard. Not only Klay Thompson, but inside Andrew Bogut. And at the other end, you want to be unselfish offensively. They're unselfish, and then you want to have talent. And they are talent-laden, particularly with the backcourt of Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry. So tonight they put it all together because this is a pretty good Portland team. You know, when the Warriors last beat them, since that time they've been 19-7.
Yeah, the other thing too, Greg, is the Warriors have a memory. Is that if you get them, they don't forget things like that. And so Portland, as Clay said, biggest beatdown of the season. The Warriors had a little something for them tonight. They see the Blazers one more time here. But it's no question that when Steve Kerr can show a film session of the Warriors being beaten, that the guys certainly take it to heart.
Yeah, and like you say, the pace tonight, and yet you only turn the ball over 4 times in each half.
Right.
I think that's what Steve Kerr is going to focus on. You watch in the post-game talk when he talks to the press, he's going to bring up the turnovers. He's going to be very pleased with that.
All right, so Pop, more history tonight. Most threes ever in an NBA game. So just every night at Oracle, something different.
And Portland actually made more threes than the Warriors, and the Warriors won the game, which is a little bit unusual. They made 19, and the Warriors made 18. 3 weeks ago tonight, the Warriors got buried in Portland, 137-105. Worst loss Steve Kerr's endured as a head coach in the NBA. And we made the point in the pregame show. Portland was up 24 points with 10 minutes to go, and Terry Stotts brought Lillard back into the game with 30. He got 51. I thought it was interesting, Kalena, that Klay Thompson was there for a sizable chunk of the fourth quarter, and then they brought Draymond Green back in the game, and they also brought Steph Curry back in the game. Lillard never got back into the game, and he never found his shot tonight.
Well, look at the contest. Look at Bogut, how active he is. He gets a hand up, doesn't make it easy on him, makes it tough, and these are all tough shots. Lillard can make tough shots. He's a great player. But anytime you're getting constantly contested like that, it's not easy for anyone. I don't care how good you are. And he never really got clean looks consistently the whole night, and you got to credit the Warriors defense for that.
And the Warriors did make a change, Saint, from the game 3 weeks ago. And the Warriors switch everything, so everybody guards everybody. But predominantly Steph had him on February the 19th when he went from 51. Right from the opening tip tonight, Klay Thompson picked up Damian Lillard.
Well, you know, length is a factor when you're dealing with a shooter. And when you've got that opportunity to cut off lanes and get good shot contestment, I think it's an underrated aspect of Klay Thompson's game. I truly believe there's nobody better two-way in the league. Everybody talks about Butler with Chicago. They talk about these other guys. This, to me, is the best guy in the league at that position.
You look at Klay Thompson's game tonight. He scores 37, and then he locks down the red-hot Damian Lillard, who's been averaging 33.5 points per game since the All-Star break. A lot of great moments tonight, but I think you got the best one in Bookie's big-time bifocals. What did Steph exactly do to Damian Lillard here?
Oh, my goodness. 2 big-time dribble moves. Steph Curry on Damian Lillard. Rejects the ball screen, behind the back, crossover behind the back, sees the big come and teardrop. That's okay. It's ridiculous. Look at him reject the ball screen, and then Lillard has no chance. He just freezes Lillard's face off. And a teardrop make him swipe at air. And then Andre Iguodala, he can handle it too now. He sees Henderson in the paint, knows he's got a long closeout, double crossover. The crowd wanted it worse than probably Iguodala did. They wanted it to go down, slip and slide. Down goes Henderson. And that was all over Twitter. So I had to add it in Bookie's big-time five-focus.
That's the best missed jump shot of the year, Sam. You got to say that.
You get points for the move.
We are a little concerned about Andre Iguodala's left ankle. He did roll it under the body of Damian Lillard late in the game. We were worried about Steph and the left knee contusion, but he came back into the game. But Iguodala's and Lillard played hard on this ball, saying he dove out to midcourt, and Iguodala will grab that left ankle immediately. He would stay in the game to shoot his free throws, but then he would exit.
You know, there's just some times where you just say you're not having any luck, and just a bad break here. That it's a hustle play by Lillard, no intent to hurt anybody, and he just rolled it. The right thing to do is to go back into the locker room and get treatment immediately, and it wouldn't surprise me if he's going to be out again tomorrow.
Yeah, Phoenix Suns will be here tomorrow night. Then they'll wind up the homestand against New Orleans on Monday in the New York Knickerbockers Arena on Wednesday. We'll get an update on the left ankle of Andre Iguodala, see if anything's wrong with the left knee of Curry, but he came back into the game, so probably not a lot to discuss there. And also, we got to hear the coach talk about 8 turnovers, 8 for each half. They are really locked in again. At TGIW, TGIF, we like either one because when it's a Friday, that means we're out at the arena. Authentic Fran Friday, and this was an authentic Warrior masterpiece tonight. Just beautiful basketball as they made 18 threes. Portland made 19 to 37 combined, the most in NBA history in a single game. For the 6th time in their careers, the Splash Brothers both scored 30 or more. The Warriors are 6-0 in those games. 10th time they combined for 70-plus. Warriors are 8-2 in those games, but all the scoring is not the thing that Steve Kerr's going to look to right away. He's going to be most impressed tonight with the ball handling of his basketball team. Let's get reaction right now from the head coach of the Warriors.
8 turnovers. Raymond said tied our season low, so that was something we talked about a lot yesterday in our meeting, and the guys really responded. Our focus was great. Ball movement was good. And, you know, when you don't turn it over, you tend to defend better, and I thought we defended well. It's a great shooting team we played. Obviously, they just made 19 threes, but I didn't feel like our defense was bad. I mean, we might have given up a few on mistakes on rotations, but for the most part, our defense was really good, and so it was a good, solid effort.
Steve, the defense was really good, especially early. Is that something you emphasize going into the game, or is that just something that the guys wanted to do because they wanted to come and defend their home court?
No, we're very aware that our defensive numbers over the last 20 games or so are not where they need to be, and so it is sort of a renewed emphasis. We want to make sure these last 18 games after tonight that we're locked in defensively and pressuring the ball and helping and challenging shots, and we've done a good job of that the last couple games.
After the game, I saw you and Damian had a little chat on the court. So what was that?
No, I just told him how much I respect him and that how proud Oakland is of him. You know, I've only lived in the Bay Area for a year and a half, but you can see how much pride everybody takes in you know, homegrown products. So everybody here in the Bay and the East Bay in particular loves Damian, and we have a lot of respect for him.
So do you see any similarity between the Steph and the Damian?
Yeah, I think they're a lot alike. I mean, they're probably the 2 best deep range shooters in the league. We know, everybody knows Steph is from the half-court shots he's hitting and all that, but I'm talking about 5-6 feet beyond the line, off the dribble. I think Steph and Damian are the 2 best.
Anything special you guys did on him defensively?
No, we didn't do anything special. We just did a better job of pressuring, getting on the ball and trying to be more aggressive. But nothing different scheme-wise. We just played a little harder, and he missed some shots that he hit the last time we played.
Steve, what was it like watching that many threes on both ends and all those going up? And
yeah.
Your 2 guys making quite a few of them.
Well, I don't think maybe Raymond can look this one up too. I don't think a team has ever hit 10 threes in the first half and been down 20 points. But that's they hit 10 threes, but we were playing so well that we were up 20. So it's a bizarre stat, but I guess it's the modern NBA in some ways. But they're a great shooting team, as I said, and so are we. And both teams had it going there for a while.
Steve, it looked like before Andre hurt his ankle, he was moving better than he had in recent games. I'm just wondering, what's your thought process now in terms of trying to keep him fresh and active, but trying to preserve him for the long term as you get to this next stretch?
Our approach last week was to sit him with the hamstring. That was a no-brainer for us. He could have played, but we didn't. And if the knee is something similar where it could get worse, then we'll sit him.
Knee too. I said ankle.
Oh, ankle? Knee. Oh, I thought it was knee. Ankle. Shows you how much I care.
You guys don't lose very often. Did you sense any extra motivation tonight to kind of make up for what happened last month?
I don't think there was revenge. I think there was respect. I think there was a sense that hey, this is a good team that's playing very well and that's tough to guard. To me, they're one of the hardest teams in the league to guard. And I think our guys understood that challenge and took it on and played well.
Coach had 81 at the half.
To be clear, Steve, the injury alert on Andre Iguodala is a left ankle, and it's a left ankle sprain here with the spill late third quarter with Damian Lillard. X-rays are negative. He is questionable for the game tomorrow night against the Phoenix Suns. It was a left knee contusion earlier in the game involving Steph Curry, but he's fine. For Andre Iguodala, it is a left ankle injury, and that was the same leg where he had the hamstring pull a couple of weeks ago against OKC. So maybe he won't go tomorrow against Phoenix. But we're going next when we come back. From the Crown Royal Club, the Highlight Zone.
Calm.
All right, time for the Highlight Zone. Klay Thompson coming into the game tonight with 196 threes on the year. This will be his fourth of the night and 200 on the year. Fourth straight year he's made 200 threes, and now he's got 204. And the Splash Brothers have made 500 threes this year. Here's your play, Buki.
Uh-oh.
He's got Lillard in his sights.
Froze
him twice off that dribble.
That's beautiful. Yeah, he had him the first time. He went back to it.
Well, let's see here. Got him beat. Nope, I'm going to do it again.
Wow.
Just to make sure he's on my back.
Yeah, froze his
the whole
face
way
off
through.
there.
And then even though Iguodala missed the shot, Saintly, Gerald Henderson, his father was a great player, three-time champion with the Boston Celtics. I think he needs a couple of new ankles for his son, though.
Ooh, slip and slide.
That's the best missed shot of the year. There's the highlight of the night.
That's what the
she
people
made the
want to
dance
see.
cam on the Jumbotron.
There she is.
Where's Riley Curry been all year, taking care of her baby sister? That got,
she's been busy.
Of all the great basketball we saw tonight, that got the biggest ovation.
The biggest
cheer.
They
Without
love
a
Riley
doubt.
Curry.
Pop, they got a big ovation for you here right now. Look
There
at
you
this.
go.
Yeah, they're all here. Talk
Great crowd.
about this team. They're going to play the San Antonio Spurs a week from tomorrow night. I think they are locking in their game. There was some slippage defensively. The loss to the Lakers, 25 turnovers at home. Saying tonight, they were really on point. You can see this team getting better and better. You play at home, you play, you practice, you play, you practice. It's a perfect schedule right now.
You couldn't have drawn it up any better because you were starting to slide a little bit, some road games, and then you come back and you're not that sharp at home. But this is a very intelligent group. They respond well to coaching, pointed out where they were coming up short defensively and with turnovers. And they responded in great fashion. I thought the two examples tonight were the 8 turnovers. They only had 23 assists, which meant they were launching them early and they were very confident. But on the other side of the coin, I thought Klay set the tone with his defense on the perimeter. And whenever the perimeter guys were beaten, Bose was really contesting shots. His numbers of shots blocking weren't that high.
He was moving well tonight.
He was really, when we talked, Book, about the fact that he's lost 20 pounds, and he's moving a lot better.
He looks great. And like you said, I love what Steve Kerr was talking about, the turnovers there. When you don't turn the ball over, you give yourself a chance to score. And the Warriors are the highest scoring team in the league. The screen, the ball movement, the unselfishness was there, minus the plays where they try to do too much and try to force the issue and try to thread the needle too much. So Steve Kerr is a happy man tonight.
When this team is locked in and laser focused, they're near impossible to beat. The worry would be tomorrow they may have a little bit of a letdown. Iguodala may not play against a Phoenix Sun team that has just been ravaged by injury. They do have Devin Booker, though. We'll get you ready for tomorrow night, Warriors and Suns.
Let's go places.
All right, Warriors win tonight, push their record to 58-6, 29-0 here at Oracle Arena. They won 47 in a row here, and they'll try to make it 48 in a row, dating back to last year against the team that Kalena's really been struggling. The Phoenix Suns are 17-48. Welcome back to Honda Warriors Postgame Live. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean, Kalena Azubuike. I always wanted to name one of my two sons Dominic. I finally got a Dominic. How are you, big man? He's drooling, Saintly. He's drooling.
That's okay. He's a starting guard. I like this guy. I'm going to draft him this year.
He's got some meat on him.
It's Authentic Fan Friday. We got an authentic fan right here. Come on now.
It's way past your bedtime, Dominic, so
yeah,
we got to get to Sportsnet Central quickly. But Kalena, Phoenix is having a horrible year.
As
we Honda drive ahead. The one positive of this year, your Kentucky Wildcat, he's going to get a lot of votes, I think, for an all-rookie first team.
Devin
Booker is a player. Last night they lost to Denver, but he went for 25 of his 35 in the second half.
He's got one of the prettiest jumpers in the league. I love his game, but the Suns have had a tough season. They will turn the ball over, so the Warriors need to keep their turnovers down again while they take advantage of the Suns turnover. This is going to be a fast-paced game because Phoenix also likes to play fast-paced, but this is another one of those games tomorrow night where the Warriors have to forget about how bad the other team has been and come out and play their game on both ends. He wants to say something.
You got anything to say, Dominic? Say, go Warriors. Nice drooling. I'm going to get this guy a double shot at the Crown Royal Club.
Yeah, get him to bed.
We'll get him in there. He is adorable. Saintly, I've never seen you so happy. He's pretty good ball handling as well.
Oh, he was made for TV. Look at that
live
face.
at 6:30. Sportsnet Central starts right now. Let's go, Dominic. Crown Royal Club.
Dominic.
Yeah, that's a really what's the word? Explosive team over there. I mean, they got obviously a very explosive backcourt, one of the best in the game, and everyone knows their role around them. I mean, they shot 50-something% from the three-point line tonight. Obviously, we can improve that, but I was just, happy with our complete effort and the way we were trying to hunt great shots, not good shots, and we're making the simple play.
Do you feel more comfortable on ball? Because I know you did a lot of that earlier in your careers. You're used to both by now.
Yeah, I like taking the challenge of guarding the better players. I mean, obviously, Dame is one of the better guards in the league, so it's fun to measure myself against a guy like that. And I have been working off the ball, just seeing ball and man, and just trying to be a pest in those passing lanes and just disrupt it with my hands. Oh, yeah, our defense was we were communicating. We stuck to the game plan. And we just trust each other. When we do those things, man, we're tough to score on. So they did shoot well from three, but other than that, I thought we did a great job on the defensive ball.
Your coach was pretty proud of you guys with a season low in turnovers tonight. Do you think you'll hear some positives from him on that?
I definitely think so. That was one of the things he stressed for these last 19 games was to only be below 14 turnovers a game and take care of the ball, make the simple play. If we do that, man, we play a beautiful brand of basketball, and that's when we're at our best.